Good morning, America. This is Dr. Turi. Today we are April the 12th, and it is the maximum energy of the current SOS to the world deadly window. And again, Draco did not let me down. Today, right on the date that I gave on George Norrie show, we had a 6.8 earthquake, and yesterday we had a 6.1. I don't know how anyone can deny my UFO predictive legacy, but you know, Dr. Turi is probably the only one on planet Earth putting the green where the mouth is by giving you specific dates. Now, there is more dates that were offered yesterday in Aquarian Radio, where I was broadcasting with Janet Kira Lesson and Teresa J. Morris, two beautiful, wonderful ladies. And you could see on the top of today's article, which is titled Julian Lassange's Secrets of Life Exposed. We're going to do that later on. You could see the beautiful banner that was designed. And of course, you have a link if you want to listen to that show, which is highly recommended for you because you're going to hear things you may have heard them before, but I doubt very much. Or if you heard it before, yes, because you've heard me on George Norrie or another of my many, many radio shows. I want to apologize also to Madeline Rudy. I was supposed to be on her radio show yesterday. But, you know, beginning and ending of important phases of life, my water heater and my gas line decided to give up on me. So it's a long story. I have to turn the electricity off. So anyway, so I hope she's going to reschedule. Maybe she's pissed off at me and for good reasons. But, you know, you can only tell exactly what happened. And then we see from there if she was willing to reschedule the show or not. I want to mention real fast that my first quatrains about Hitler and his legacy of fire, death, and drama, including, of course, racism, was produced on June the 12th, 2013, or a year after Draco entered my body. And I was far ahead of time when I wrote this quatrain. German Vikings skin alike, black and white, red blood, fire, war, violence, passion rules, got nowhere to stop fire. Hitler, evil spirit reborn. Oh, that was my phone. That's a moment for you to pay attention. Remember, there are no accidents. Anything that you say you do and something happened to you, if there was my little dog barking, that means bullshit. But you heard it, bing. Okay, so just pay attention. Learn to communicate with the subconscious and the superconscious. All right, now, of course, about the fire, we all know that California had nation's worst fire season last year. Okay, so it's important to pay attention to my windows because my SOS to the world window do not lie. You know, when I say be ready for the beginning and the end of important phases of life, and the next thing you know is Lassange is being brought back, you know, out of that London in that embassy where he was literally in jail. It's kind of pretty obvious that it's definitely the end and the new beginning for him. Okay, and remember, auto-analyze yourself. You, like me, or Julian Lassange, you are going to be affected by those stars. It's just a matter of you paying attention and raising your vibration by becoming much more aware. Now, I do have his chart in front of me. Okay, now you see it here. Okay, we're going to investigate his UCI, or his unique celestial identity, and later on explain why he became Lassange and why he did what he did. There is no accident. It doesn't exist. Accidents are for idiots who use their rational 5 limited human sense to dwell with life. Excuse me. So it's important to pay attention to everything that I'm going to talk about when we go back to him. New beginning again, of course, we have the SpaceX Falcon, who, launched his first paid mission as a new beginning for this scientist. In reference again to the first black hole image, again, it's a new beginning. And as we have so many things. And then we have another one, sudden enough, that's the Israeli spacecraft that crashes in final moment before moon landing. Again, that's the end. I mean, it's all a matter of you paying attention to the keywords, because I can only translate those cosmic winds the best way I'm allowed to or able to. And that's why I use Nostradamus 16th century divine astrology, by giving you quatrain and more than obvious freaking keywords. I mean, only an idiot cannot understand ending or beginning mean. So I was able to depict the colors of the news, okay? And challenge me about it. The only thing is, I mean, that thing cost $100 million to build. Excuse me, my allergy. 100 million. Imagine what I would have done with this money. First of all, I would have certainly helped all the young mothers out there that are struggling to feed their children. Help some homeless out there who are definitely infected by the reptilians. I would have, maybe build a radio station or TV station for that matter, and then put myself in the position where I can reach more people with supreme wisdom. My cosmic wisdom is critical for the world in order to survive. There's so many things that you're not aware of. So I personally think that, sending all this technology on Mars, the moon, or God knows what out there, does not benefit you a bit. It doesn't do nothing but endorse and promote the educated spiritual pride of all these educated idiots out there who are wasting such fortunes. That tells me, I mean, imagine how much billions and trillions NASA has lost with failed missions. Not only killing innocent astronauts by not listening to me when I told them not to send the shuttle on that day. Suddenly enough, my telephone call ended up in a little secretary and told me, "Oh, Dr. Turi, there's nothing I can do. I can't even reach these people who have the power and the finger on the button. I cannot do anything." So I realized I was young and stupid, that you cannot bypass the power here. So the result, 7 astronauts died because they didn't pay attention to the cosmic wind, because they don't know about those cosmic winds and think the stars are just dead rocks hanging out there for the sake of beauty. And they have absolutely no clue of the soul of the cosmos and the divine, mystical reasons to why God created the stars and the planets for specific reasons. Trying to explain every day. Just can't believe that people are actually helping and donating thousands, millions when our Mother Earth is dying. Freaking ridiculous. Wow. Anyway, that's the world we're living in. All right. Now, if you recall yesterday, and I mentioned it on the radio show that I did last night with those 2 wonderful ladies, about this lady who I've seen snakes when she was a child. So I've explained everything on the radio show, that she probably was, brought down in a hole with a bunch of snakes and being sacrificed in the name of those religious lunatics during those days who had no idea or no cosmic consciousness, while some others did, because they built their buildings in direct relationship with various constellations. So, there's a good and there is a bad. It's the reptilians and the draconis, which I elaborated quite a lot yesterday on that show. So this is what she says. Oh my God, Dr. Turi, you were so right on. First, thank you so much for directing a response to me so quickly. I know she is watching again. So this is going to be pretty much my response as I read a mail. One correction, though, is I don't think I dreamed those snakes. I was always awake when I would see them flying around. Okay, well, I understand that the superconscious is very strong, and you're able to create your thought even if you're not in a dream state. Your subconscious will make things happen. Believe me, when people drink too much or take too much drugs, they really think things, they see things. Pretty much, again, like I said the other day with David Icke, removing himself in the middle of nowhere in a Isle White out there, and for months at a time, staying with himself, writing a book about a reptilian. He's so into that reptilian energy that he definitely is infected. The next thing you know, either he had too much to drink that day or smoke pot. We don't know everybody how they are. He was able to stimulate the superconscious. Next thing you know, he sees these things right in front of his face, and he freaks out. The next thing he believed is that every famous people out there, including the Queen of England, are going to transform into lizards. It's totally ridiculous. The subconscious is able to do things out of this world. He's able to make you see things that only you can see. So again, I agree with her. It is not a dream. You saw them. It's real. Okay. And sometimes when I explain a dream, I don't give all the critical information, but that is clarified. I always felt I was a witch. Yeah. As far as being a witch, a white witch or priestess, you got that one right too. I mean, that's normal. She's a Scorpio. I always felt I was a witch or a wizard in another life. I have a huge glass cabinet filled with wizard figurines, sculptures I have collected over the years, but I always made sure that there are no snakes in the artist's creation. No snake allowed. But you understand. When you end up in a hole being beaten a few times and dying a slow death, poisoning, it's not fun. It's not fun. All right, so the phobia is very real. And I explained on the air yesterday that in my case, I had a recurrent dreams that never stopped. When I was a kid, I used to look behind me and I saw a high mountain with snow. And then I saw the eagles flying. And then all around me, I saw my family, all dressed in white. And then the next thing you know, 3 Chinese soldiers come inside this cave and they plunge their knife inside my tummy and I die. I had these dreams for years, pretty much like that person here. And then I died, and I was smiling because I was not afraid of death for some reason. And all my family, all dressed in white, was around the wall of the cave. Then later on, as I grew up, I learned that the Chinese invaded Tibet and killed all the lamas and all the monks. So that tells you where I was in my last life and why I know so much about the universe and metaphysics. I've decided to reincarnate on this dense physical world in the youngest, most religious country in the world called United States of America, trying to help the people. So that is my mission. So if you have a recurrent dream, again, you know, you can call me or you can email me, okay, and I'll put it up there. I won't mention your name and respect your privacy, of course. So all the stuff you said about me and interacting with people on the spot on too. And now the question is, you can read the full email exchange. Basically, she's asking me now to help her how we do that. How do we fix her? Well, there is many ways to do it. You start with a $10 forecast all the way up to a $700 face-to-face Skype reading. I don't know what's the financial situation, but I would recommend her to be better if she come to that cruise, because I'm going to put everybody in a very light and safe trance on that ship. And I'm going to let Draco do his magic and cleanse people of all this nefarious reptilian infestation that they had at the subconscious or superconscious level. So it's a cleansing process. I can do that on the ship. It may cost her depending on how she wants to do that. But I think she could also have a full life reading, and I can guide her and give her some very specifics. I can make her a tape, and that's on $310. It's pretty much the same thing than seeing me live on Skype or Zoom. However, there is no possibility of doing the tarot because I need to see you. But the information are the same. Okay, apart from that, there is much more. When you dwell with me, there is no time limit. I mean, just go to my website and read all my services. And that is the best way for me to tell her how to proceed. She needed to investigate. She told me that she had a reading by John Hogue. John Hogue was a good friend of mine in the old days. I promote the guy in every television I was doing, and he never said a word about me to any of the many TV shows he did, because he felt very insecure having me around, knowing that I was born in the same area that Nostradamus, and I use his quatrain. He knows I do phenomenal predictions. He heard me on Coast to Coast. However, he is a steady guest also on Coast to Coast because he's very entertaining. And he's a scholar. We cannot take that away from him. He's like my good friend Jordan Maxwell, born in December. So being born in December like Nostradamus, it's not surprising that he likes to read, he likes to write, he's interested in the prophets, quatrains, but now getting into the world of Nostradamus without taking the right education brings also karma and most of all a curse. And I told him there is a curse involving all the people that we use Nostradamus' names and his notoriety and do his job, and people are not happy. Like this lady, she had a reading with him, and obviously she didn't get what she needed. He just told her to meditate. Well, that can help anybody. Meditate and those things are going to go. It doesn't work that way. Okay, you need to use your head. You need to know when you're dealing with real people or not. People who can offer a sure prediction. I've never seen any of John Hogue's prediction dated or earthquakes or anything else on the internet or on his videos or in TV. You got mine. Okay, same with Wilcock running like a chicken without a head on top of a mountain in Los Angeles on December 2012, saying that's the end of the world. I mean, it's a big difference to know and not to know. It's just a very thin air line between divine cosmic information and pure imagination. Okay, I am not here to delegate with people who don't know what they're talking about, that tells you the moon is hollow, there is a UFO base on planet Earth and all that bullshit. Excuse my French. I'm honest, I'm direct. Okay, you can only love me or hate me, and you can only benefit of my work if you're smart enough and vibrate at my cosmic speed. Until then, hey, you belong to people like Wilcock, John Hogue, David Icke, God knows what's going on out there, who don't have any form of cosmic consciousness and offers absolutely no proof of their connection with the divine. All right, I do have a problem with stupidity, though. Then I apologize. Sometimes I get really passionate because all I'm trying to do is to save people's life. All I'm trying to do is to pass on the essence of the truth that I perceive through my own cosmic wisdom. And when you offer proof, you don't want to pay attention. All right. As always, catch up with the news by getting into dr.turi.com and click on the George Norrie predictions on this radio show, because there is a lot of things that I cannot mention right here. So let's go back to Lassange UCI. What's interesting, he was born in July, like America, July 4, 1776. He was born July 3rd. And incidentally, he has the same dragon as the United States. Apart from that, he has the tail in the second house of money in Leo. Usually the tail in Leo means people either don't live long, because Leo means love and light. Okay, so having the tail in the sign of Leo produce a lot of problem on the heart, because of the medical aspect, Leo was the heart, and you can see right here that he was born with the tail of the dragon in the sign of Leo. So Leo means also, in his case, Leo means fame. But when you have the tail in Leo, it represents unfame. Okay, unfame, not famous. A lot of people who made history, who are unlucky with love, have this dragon's tail. Now, the good news, look at his head of the dragon. Jesus, he's got the head of the dragon like Einstein in the world of Aquarius. Aquarius was anything and everything to do with technology, anything and everything that has to do with the future of humanity. And you wonder why he's a genius in high tech and was able to do what he did. But what's scary is that he has the same dragon's head as Putin. Vladimir Putin has the head of the dragon in Aquarius. So both of these men, there is no doubt in my mind, have very direct connection because of the dragon. Okay, so it is crucial to understand that the previous president, Obama, was born with the tail of the dragon in Aquarius. So all this spying through the internet, all this nasty malware being used on the White House, and this promoted by the reptilians, of course, Putin and Assange Association. And you wonder what's going on now? Different dragon still, different fate, different energy that's going to affect whomever lives in the White House and everybody who is responding to the White House or the president. I explained that in my video yesterday, that President Trump has the tail, and President Trump, yes, has the tail of the dragon in Sagittarius, which curse everyone of any one of us and himself and his life. And whomever is in the White House, if we start to talk about foreigners, foreign affairs, is unlucky on that area, including religion. So you can read all this if you listen to previous videos. Another very important point is the emotional response of life. You see the moon? The moon regulates the emotions. It was designed and brought here by the extraterrestrial from Jupiter. I explained that in previous videos. That's why she has so many craters and the Earth has no crater, because she was brought with very calculated atomic, what we can perceive as human as atomic nuclear device, but it's much more than that, of course, so that the moon was not blown up. So having his emotional response to life in the sign of Scorpio, he is an investigator, okay? He is an investigator by birth. He loves and regenerating, digging into secret, into anything that is hidden, okay? The moon in Scorpio, especially with Jupiter close to him, give him a lot of luck with foreign people and foreign affairs. Jupiter rules all affairs involving foreigners, and he has the moon very close to Jupiter, so he's lucky. In all these stars are now spread all over the world because Jupiter expands and bless everything he touches. And people don't know such important information. What's again scary is that Russia is a Scorpio country. That's why they died. Scorpio is the sign of life and death. USSR is dead. Okay, and then rebirth and reborn. Okay, with a new leader, Putin, which is a Libra. Okay, a religious fanatic. On top of that, born with the head of the dragon in Aquarius, makes him very lucky with anything and everything that with technology, spying or not, and nukes for that matter. So it is very, very serious to understand. And then you can see here in his chart, Lassange was born with Saturn, this planet here, the great malefic, in the sign of Gemini. It's all in the subconscious, which is in the 12th house. So that means a fear of not knowing enough. And all the information that Saturn imposed him to learn, and structure of Saturn is the government, of course, politics, anything that is structured and engineered. Saturn is in the subconscious. So all this information, Gemini means communication, writing, talking, is done at the subconscious level or hidden from the masses until, of course, it comes to the light. So there is no mystery indicating that Assange was reptilians infected, and he used all his talent for the ego purpose. He has the same dragon as Putin. The tail of the dragon of Putin is in Leo. That's why he's an egocentric. You see him on a horse. You see him big and shining. He's got a huge hidden ego. There's a fear of death. That's good news. So that you won't use the baton to destroy the United States, which is prone, as I mentioned yesterday on the radio, which is prone to experience a sudden release of energy, which is a nuclear exchange. Doesn't have to happen because our will is much stronger. But if you realize that Aquarius rules the sudden release of energy, and you refer back to Pearl Harbor, sudden surprising attack on Pearl Harbor, and the 9/11 surprising attack on those two towers that we confirm that America is prone to experience a sudden release of energy, which is a nuclear attack. However, we don't have to buy it. We don't have to go with it. The part of God in us is much stronger than the stars. We can beat everything because we create our reality every single day. That's why it's crucial not to listen to apocalyptic promoters who does not give you any way out. Not good to listen to some people who tell you you're going to end up in a concentration camp of the government because this person needs your fears to keep his place on the top of the mountain of lies and stupidity he built and go all the way to the bank laughing at your expenses. So you need to start to work with the draconis, okay, being more positive, have faith, less fears, because those fears are constantly used by the reptilians who cannot survive without them. I have to repeat myself. Each time you're going to listen to one of my recording here, my YouTube video, I'm going to repeat myself because you need to disengage. You need to get out of the box of the codification of thought. If you have been fed for years by David Icke, by whomever you're listening in trust over there, feeding on your fears, okay, you've been going the wrong way for years. And that's why I'm mad at David and trying to stop him, or at least warn him, okay? But I mean, stopping everything and being positive, it means exiting the reptilians, use karma, and his business go down the drain. That's not going to happen. Okay. Luckily, I'm here. Okay. So I can help you to present you with a different type of spiritual information, rational, real information, solid predictions. So now it's up to you to balance out the type of information you want to receive. Do you want to work for the light, happiness, the future of humanity, peace, love, and fulfill the new age of Aquarius? Excuse me. Or do you want to work for the darkness and the reptilians and keep feeding those nasty entities who are like a cancer, hijacking and annexing every single planet they can put their hand on, so that everything end up in the tube of darkness and the black holes where they came from? You need to be careful. We have created Los Angeles, Washington, Paris, France. We have created every computers. We have created the car you drive. We're creating every single thing, including these pair of glasses and this mic, right? Okay. Every single day you create your future. You're creating the reality of extraterrestrial every single day with your thought, until the energy advances so fast, turn the poles around, so to speak, and those extraterrestrials do not need anything else to work with us. So be careful who you invite with your thought. That is the message. Well, there is much more involving extraterrestrials, but one step at a time, because it's pretty tough to bring cosmic consciousness to people when they never spend a week with me, 6 or 7 hours a day, understanding the dynamic of the universe and how God speaks to his children using the sign. Something I do for you freely and with my good heart every day. All right, my friend, talk again, God willing. Okay, so God bless you. Read the newsletter and please share my information. We need to literally bring more light to the people who are looking for the truth, especially the kids who are totally lost and cannot regenerate anymore. Because this world is offering too much information and a lot of bullshit. So, hey, let's stay with the truth. Talk to you again. Bye-bye.